Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about something that I wrote in my mini journal, and this came from listening to someone that I really care more about talking to someone else rather than me when we're the ones who are supposed to be close because we're family. But so it inspired me, so I got something good out of it. And I wrote, if you attach or depend your happiness on those around you who won't be there for longer than 2 seconds, 2 weeks, 2 years, or even two decades, like if they're not going to be there always, then when they're gone, you're going to feel completely empty, completely sad, and it might take you to a place where you feel worthless or meaningless or whatever. So I think it's really important that you create peace and happiness within you and around you and with the people that are going to be there for you forever, whether it's because they choose to or because they have to. Technically, they don't have to. They don't have to be there for you regardless of what anybody thinks or what anybody says. Everything we do is a choice. So if they're there for you because they feel like they have to, they're honestly choosing to, and you should be grateful for that. So, stop gifting your time to a temporary pass-buyer, someone who's just there for a certain amount of time. We got to start dedicating more time into making it work with the people who we know that are always going to be there for us. We waste our time on temporary happiness and temporary laughs because it's just easier. It's easier to, say goodbye to someone who's just passing by. So we move on to the next person who makes us laugh and calls us a friend. It's harder to turn to those people who are around all the time and turn those people into friends because it's not always happiness and laughs with those people, So it involves effort and time and most of all patience, a lot of patience. And that's just something that most people don't want to deal with nowadays. I'm guilty. We would rather just not, because we just also don't take the time to see things rationally most of the time. We just act impulsively and react compulsively, and in the long run, if we always keep the people that are going to be around in a good place in our hearts, in a good, at peace with those people, and if those people become the reason for your happiness and your laughter, then there's no reason for you to be living any sort of miserable life around them or have a negative relationship with them, because you've built it to where you're in a good place with those people. It's hard, it's hard because those people are around so long that they hurt you eventually, or they offend you, and so we don't consider them friends. We don't consider them friends, and I think that that's wrong, because I think for a friend to be a friend, you gotta go through hardships, you gotta go through betrayal, you gotta go through what you gotta go through to build trust, to build respect. You have to have that communication, you have to have a foundation. It's a relationship. A friendship is a relationship. And we use the word so lightly. We toss it around like, he's my friend, she's my friend, we've had 5 conversations, we vibe, they're my friend. It's not that simple. It's just not. And so even if those people, the people who are around you, I guess in my case, I'm referring to family. To family because, my family's always around. They've always helped me get through hard things, but we don't see eye to eye. We're not all friends. So this is something that I need to apply to myself. I know. But I feel like it needs to be said as well. Even if those people hurt you and they offend you, you got to get yourself to a point where you live through your negative experiences instead of trying to run away from them or escape from them. Because if you do that, you don't give yourself the proper time, the proper space that you need to learn what you need to learn from that negative experience, to grow the way you need to grow from that experience. You need to grow through the experience, because if you don't grow through it, you have more of a chance of falling back, circling back into that situation, not knowing how to deal with that situation because you didn't deal with it in the first place. Because, you decided to run away from it, and instead of, living through the situation. Another thing that we do a lot of the time with our, negative experiences, negative situations, is we blame others. We blame someone else for our action, for our reaction. And we comfort ourselves in living in sadness and living in depression, so that, we don't have to take responsibility for the action or reaction, because it's not always about what someone did to you, it's about the way you reacted to it. So we give ourselves a reason to stay the way we are and just think that there's no other way to be. But, that's not true. If you're feeling depressed or if you're feeling hurt because of something that happened around you, then you can't heal yourself or that pain with something around you. Because the pain it's in here, it's inside you. And you especially can't point to the source of your pain or to the person that's causing you pain and say, that's what needs to be fixed. They need to be fixed. They're hurting me. They're the problem. No. Your pain is here. Here is the problem, right? If it's my inner wellness that needs the healing, because my inner wellness isn't okay. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling upset. So I'm not going to point at them and say, they're the reason I'm depressed. They need to be fixed. That's not where the problem is, though. The problem's in here. So, I'm guilty to playing victim, to not taking responsibility for my actions. Like I said earlier, this message applies a lot to me. Like, I have to think about this more often, and try to be better every day, because it's time. It's time that we start thinking with clarity and build our life in a way where our inner wellness just grows into peace, where it grows into home, where you're comfortable anywhere and anytime, all the time. Because you can get yourself to that point. It takes time, it takes work, it takes dedication, but it's not impossible. And, I think that's really important. Make the people who are going to be around all the time, make your relationship pleasant with them so that you'll have a pleasant life. It only makes sense, right? Another thing, I was thinking a lot about, like, my future and all that, and, I read this quote, and it, ugh, it just spoke, you know? It spoke to me. It says, a degree is a passport to a job, not to success. So that's just something to think about. It doesn't really have anything to do with what I was saying, but whatever. Anyway, I am gonna go to bed because it's freaking late, and that's why I have my big old sweater on. And I hope you beautiful people take something out of what I said, because we really do use the word friend very lightly. We do consider the wrong people our friends. We dedicate our time to the wrong people. And time is something you'll never, ever, ever get back from anybody. You're not going to get it refunded ever. So don't take that lightly. Use that time really wisely. Good night.